Hello everyone, welcome to Basket Software Labs. This is Data Science Demo class. In this session, let us see what is Hadoop. Hadoop is Big Data Analysis Engine. To understand this, first let us go and see a couple of technical terms to understand the foundation of where and why Hadoop is advantageous. First, data storage, access and analysis. Hard disk drive storage capacity has tremendously increased. Over 40 years of IT, we have increased the storage capacity of a hard disk drive. But the data read and write speeds to and from the hard disk drives have not significantly improved yet. We are unable to read and write the data efficiently into the hard disk. To solve this problem, we can go with multiple hard disk drives. Simultaneous parallel read and write of data with multiple hard disk drives requires advanced technology. So here are some challenges. Challenge 1, hardware failure. When using many computers for data storage and analysis, the probability that one computer will fail is very high. Challenge 2, cost. To avoid data loss or computed analysis information loss. To avoid these two losses, using backup computers and memory is definitely an advantage, which helps the reliability and the performance, but it is very expensive. Challenge 3, combining analyzed data. Combining the analyzed data is very difficult. If one part of the analyzed data is not ready, then the overall combining process has to be delayed. If one part has errors in its analysis, then the overall combined result may be unreliable and sometimes it may be useless. To address all these challenges, we need a better technology, that is Hadoop. Now let us see Hadoop. Hadoop is a reliable shared storage and analysis system. Hadoop is both for storage purpose and also data analysis purpose. It is a reliable shared storage and analysis system. Hadoop is a combination of several technologies. In Hadoop ecosystem, we can find several tools. The main important tools are HDFS and MapReduce. Here X stands for all other tools that are required in the Hadoop. Example, Ambari, Zookeeper, HBase, Pig, Hive. Various tools are required in Hadoop. Major important tools are HDFS and MapReduce. First, HDFS. HDFS provides data storage. It is for storing the data. HDFS stands for Hadoop Distributed File System. Second, MapReduce. It provides data analysis. So it is for analyzing the data. MapReduce is a combination of two functions. One is a map function and a reduce function. That is what is MapReduce. Let's see the details of HDFS. But before we go into technical details of HDFS, let us have a real life analogy for HDFS. Story of Tropicana. We all know the company Tropicana, which is famous for producing and selling the juices. Tropicana Juice Company. The company Tropicana is harvesting apples in very large fields. We can find a large pile of apples. Now, in order to make the juice, it is not possible to transport this entire pile of apples as it is. So, it is dividing the large pile of apples into small containers. It is collecting the apples into small containers for easy distribution. And it is distributing them to different plants across the country where the juice can be produced and delivered to the customers. In Hadoop terms, input files are large files where large means gigabytes to terabytes of range. So this is analogous to large file of apples. Each file must be subdivided into blocks of 64 megabytes. It is the standard size that is used by Hadoop. Large files are divided into several parts. Each part is having 64 megabytes. It is analogous to small containers that we are using for easy distribution of the apples. And these smaller files are distributed and replicated over multiple commodity nodes of a cluster. It is analogous to the distribution of apples to several plants across the country. So the HDFS part of Hadoop is dividing large files into smaller files, and they are distributing and replicating over multiple commodity computers. And also it is capable of fault tolerant, self-healing, and scalable. That means if any node fails, it will recover from the faulty node, and it rebalances the files across the cluster, and adding the new nodes when file sizes are increasing. This is HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System. You can see here the input file is dividing into multiple parts, and every node, every small inexpensive computer is trying to process different parts of the file. DFS, Distributed File System. Hadoop Distributed File System is designed for storage management over a network of computers. HDFS is optimized to store huge files with the streaming data access patterns. HDFS is designed to run on cluster of general inexpensive computers called nodes. HDFS was designed to be optimal in performance for write once and read many times pattern. Write once and read many times, which is a very efficient data processing pattern. HDFS was designed considering the time to read the whole dataset to be more important than the time required to read just the first record of the dataset. HDFS clusters use two types of nodes. One is name node, also known as master node. Second one, data node, also known as worker node. So these are some of the technical details of HDFS of Hadoop ecosystem. Next, MapReduce. Let's see the real life analogy for MapReduce, and then we can see the technical details of the MapReduce. Story of Mr. Bob. Bob's mother believed that an apple a day keeps a doctor away. But Mr. Bob is not interested in eating the apples. One day, Bob thought of drinking the apple. He used a knife to cut the apple and a blender to make the juice. So he divided the apple into pieces, and he blended all the pieces in the blender, and he made a juice. Next day, Bob applied his invention to all the fruits he could find in the fruit basket. He is using knife to cut all these fruits into pieces and combining all these pieces into a glass of juice with the help of a blender. Knife can be considered as a map function, and the blender can be considered as a reduce function. In functional programming, MapReduce maps a list of values into another list of values, which gets reduced into a single value. Here the list of fruits are mapped into list of pieces, and these list of pieces are combined into one single glass of juice. 18 years later, Bob got his first job in Tropicana company for his talent in making the juice. But the problem here is, it is not just one basket of fruits, but a whole container of fruits. Also, the company is producing a list of variety of juice separately. So here we have large data and a list of values for producing the output. But the problem with Bob is, Bob had just only one knife and one blender. Then Bob came up with a solution. He implemented a parallel version of his innovation. The large container of fruits are divided into separate groups based on the variety of the fruit, and they are divided into smaller pieces, and those pieces are reshuffled into one category, and finally, with the help of several blenders, he prepared several varieties of the juices. So this is the idea of MapReduce in data intensive computing. In MapReduce, a list of key value pairs will be mapped into another list of key value pairs, which gets grouped by the key and reduced into a list of values. Now let us see a famous example that is delivered in the Hadoop classes. Classical word count example. In this example, we will see how the MapReduce reads text files, very large text files, and counts how often the words occur. Assume there is a large text file with so many sentences and so many words which are repeating. MapReduce will divide this large text file into smaller groups, and each group will be processed by an inexpensive computer, and it produces its own result. The result of all inexpensive computers is combined into one single result set finally. So in the final result, we can see how many times each and every word is occurring in this large text file. This is the famous word count example, and this is MapReduce. In Hadoop terms, MapReduce is a program that abstracts the analysis problem from stored data. MapReduce transforms the analysis problem into a computational process that uses a set of keys and values, key value pairs. MapReduce system architecture was designed for tasks that will consume several minutes or hours on a set of dedicated trusted computers connected with a broadband high-speed network managed by a single master data center. Now let us see how Yahoo has evaluated the Hadoop technology. Pi calculation at Yahoo. The problem is doubling the record of the previous longest calculation, finding the 2 trillionth digit of pi. The value of pi is 22 by 7. It is approximately equal to 3.147321 and so on. We get a continuous fraction. It is a never-ending fraction. As you divide, you will get a number of decimal digits in this fraction. There is no ending for this number of digits in the fractional part of pi value. So far, several people across the entire world, with the help of supercomputers, they try to find as many fractional digits as they can in the value of pi. The world record so far is 1 trillionth digit of pi. They found 1 trillionth digit of pi value. Now Yahoo has decided to find 2 trillionth digit of pi. If you start calculating the 2 trillionth digit of pi with the help of a standard PC, it will take approximately 500 years processing time of one single PC. But Yahoo is trying to use the Hadoop ecosystem. Yahoo has built a cluster of more than 25,000 inexpensive computer nodes. We are calling them as Hadoop nodes. You can see in the data center of Yahoo, there are several racks, and each rack is accommodating several nodes. This entire cluster is containing more than 25,000 nodes. For solving this problem, Yahoo has considered a cluster of 1,000 computers, and it has taken 23 days time for Yahoo to calculate the 2 trillionth digit of pi. Finally, it found the digit which is a record breaking digit with a value 0. The 2 trillionth digit of pi value is 0. That is what it found. This proves that with the help of Hadoop, large calculations we can finish within short time. Now let us conclude this one. Let us see what we have learned so far. Hadoop is big data analysis engine. Hadoop is a reliable shared storage and analysis system. Hadoop is a combination of HDFS, MapReduce and several other tools. HDFS is for data storage and MapReduce is for data analysis. This is what is Hadoop. That's all for now. Thanks for spending time with us. See you in the next session. Thank you.